Today's a bit different. Today we're going to do reactions to dumb fitness shit on the internet. So it's the first one I've done of these. There's so many dumb shit on the internet, so we're going to be here a while. So I broke it down. We're going to watch 5 to 7 different things, and I'm going to tell you why these things are fucking stupid. So let's watch this. Let's start with Dr. Burke.
In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 weight loss mistakes that everyone makes.
Okay, you're going to show us the 5 weight loss mistakes everyone makes. Okay, fine.
They might be low in calories, whatever, and they have some protein, but there is about a bit of fat in there. And I'm not against fat, but you can overdo it.
Yeah, so he's like, wait, let's break this down. So he's saying that the first 3 are thinking it's not working. Okay, fair. Most people think that their fat loss doesn't work because they don't give it enough time. Fine, we'll use that one. Second one is using the calorie model. Alright, so this is where he goes wrong. Using the calorie model is the most important thing. It's the only way to metric your results and be able to know that you're in a calorie deficit, because that's what the most important thing is. But then he's saying underneath, eating too many nuts is an issue for weight loss mistakes. Yeah, because you're eating too many fucking calories, because there's fat in it which has loads of calories. So he's saying don't use the calorie model, but then he's saying you can eat too many nuts which have high calories in. Yeah, so dickhead already. Let's move on.
And the problem with nuts is it's very hard to eat just a little bit. At night, you're even pistachios. Next thing you know, you're eating the whole bag. So
he's saying don't use the calorie model because that doesn't work for weight loss. But then he's speaking about how nuts can be overly consumed, which is totally right. Like nuts, anything in a handful amount can be over-consumed, especially if they come in big bags. That's super, super true. But to say that it's because of the nuts, not because of the higher calories that you're eating because you're eating loads of things, is a bit silly. But he's totally right. You can eat pistachios, you can eat crisps, you can eat walnuts in super high amounts. You know, our clients all of the time, the Indian culture, eat a lot of those chevro, all of the nice crisps, nuts, Bombay mix. They eat them in loads of amounts because they think nuts are healthy, so they eat some, but then they can't stop eating them, so their calories go super high and they don't get weight loss. So eating too many nuts or not using the calorie model, it's the calories that you eat from nuts. Let's move on.
Is the fruit. People don't realize that will stop fat burning, especially apples.
Apples. Just apples. If you eat apples, you stop your fat loss. What fucking idiot. Just apples. That 90 calorie apple that has some fiber and some vitamins and minerals can stop your fat loss. Now this is where people get this significantly wrong. Fruit, probably one of the most nutritionally dense foods that you could get, one of the lowest calorie dense foods that you can get. But because there's some research on fructose and how that can be stored as fat, people think that that's what's stopping them from losing fat. But when we look back at that and we think, okay, well, why would they eat fruit and not lose weight? It's because they're not using a calorie model, they're not tracking their food intake. Then they're also probably eating copious amounts of these foods. Like you could have 10 apples and you'd still be 900 calories down. You're still going to be a significant amount of calories down from eating healthy foods. So he's a big proponent of blood sugar levels being regulated, where actually we know from a research perspective, like if you're in a calorie deficit, it doesn't matter what you eat. Like there's potato diets, guys just eating potatoes and they lose weight. There's guys just eating Twinkies, the American sweets, if you've got any American things, sponge cake kind of vibes. You just can eat that and lose weight. So we know it's a calorie model thing. People like this, in suits, preaching off whiteboards, are so fucking outdated that they just have no clue about what they're preaching. It's fruit not being bad, fucking idiot.
So you really want to look at the type of food, not necessarily the calorie. So that's a huge mistake.
Type of food, not necessarily the calories. Okay. So you're telling me that there's specific food in this world that will just stop fat burning. So you're not telling me like the research on the protein on the potato diet, or you're not telling me the research on the Twinkie diet, or you're not seeing all the people who are tracking their calories, eating lower calories, losing weight as successful. Like you can eat what you want as long as you stay in a calorie deficit.
Huge mistake.
Huge mistake, okay, fine. Why is it a huge mistake, big man? Why?
Certain calories affect the weight differently. For example, let's say you have calories from protein, like chicken or fish, right? And you have calories from fruit. Fruit will block fat burning, especially if your metabolism is lower.
No, it won't. No, it won't. Now, the first part of the sentence that you said about food being different is actually quite true. Like, there's something called thermic effect of food, which is when you're eating different foods, they digest differently based on the protein amount that's in that food. Different fibrous foods have a different amount of calories in because fiber cannot be absorbed. So for example, if you're eating a high fibrous food that's insoluble, which means it's in solution, inability to get into the solution, effectively you can't digest it, it goes through your digestive system, so you do not absorb those calories, which is fine. But you couldn't count every blooming gram of fibre that you have and then minus them away from your calories. It just doesn't fucking make sense. The thermic effect of food does affect how many calories that you eat. So if you eat protein versus carbohydrates, so 100 calories of protein, 100 calories of carbohydrates, you would probably get about 60 calories of protein absorbed and around about 100 calories of carbs being absorbed because of the thermic effect of food. Protein is harder to digest, so therefore it burns more calories to digest that protein, so therefore you lose some of the calories within that food because of the digestive process. But I tell you one thing, and one thing fucking straight, mate, you don't need to worry about it. You can't fucking worry about every food. Now I definitely have seen this in America, you guys. There are companies on protein bars, Quest bars, they already deduct the thermic effect of food from their calorie allowance on the bars. So the bar might be 160 calories, but what you realise is that they've already assumed to take off the 20% of thermic effect of food of protein. So that can be quite ballsy, that can be quite naughty, because it might not be. It might not be that amount. You don't know. You don't know for certain that you're going to burn that 20% or whatever. So Quest bars and all those type in America where they deduct the thermic effect of food off your calories, you need to be thinking about that because that's dangerous for them. The bellends, the marketing companies in America, bellends completely.
Number 2, using the calorie model.
Alright. Seems to have done this in backwards order, but fuck this dude. Right, using the calorie model. It's the only way that you can specifically say that you're eating specific foods to be then accurate with how much you consume. If you're roughly eating this or you're roughly eating that based on eyes and guessing, you're never going to be truly accurate. Look at a bank statement. When you look at your bank statements, you put out statistically and strategically what you eat and that particular meal and what you're going to be, in that particular bank account, and what you're going to spend here, what you're going to spend there. You get an accurate assessment of what you're going to be utilising. If you were just spending and spending and spending without even knowing how much you're buying for, that would be the equivalent of what he's trying to say. He's saying that you can get better fat loss results from just not worrying about the calories within food versus being specific about the calories in food. Fucking bellend.
Thinking it's not working when it really is working.
I mean, I can't say anything about that. I think most people do make the mistake of not giving it time enough. But if you're using his methods about not eating fruit, and one of his other videos is about fucking juicing things, then you're probably not losing weight anyway because you're not being accurate. Now, if you, basically the advice that he says, just basically turn it upside down, outside of the nuts, and you'll be absolutely fine. So use the calorie model, don't eat too many nuts, and basically wait for it to work, and stay true to your accuracies of your nutrition, you'll be absolutely fine. Who wants it next? Who's next? I'm so sorry. This guy actually goes to a gym that I go to, so he's getting it.
If you want to grow your legs, but you have no equipment, save this bodyweight workout. Start by doing high knee lunges for 15 reps each side. After that,
Good back throw. Try and beach. It's a great place.
do pulse lunges for 12 reps each side. And then do standing extensions for 20 reps.
Let's break this down. Do this bodyweight exercises to grow muscle and repeat it. Doesn't really bold into how to build muscle tissue. Just a bit silly. Firstly, great place. Train beach is fantastic. Nice little pretty thing on the side. You make the video look really nice by getting a nice little girl to do it. He does that with all of his other videos. And take your top off as well. So makes it really, really TikTokable. Perfect. But information, dog shit. Let's break it down. How to build muscle. What do you need to build muscle? You need a progressive overload stance. So doing the same thing over and over again, multiple times a week for months and months and months. Unless the person that's doing it gets fatter, or you get some more weight, or you do it with more resistance, you're not going to grow your legs. Growing legs is based around you doing more weight over time, more reps, getting stronger, hitting it in multiple different exercises, and doing multiple sets and reps. So doing this one workout, is it going to grow muscle if you've never done anything before? Yeah, it'll probably grow something. Is it going to grow something if you're looking for a workout and you normally go to the gym? No. Is it going to work for those beginners in 1 to 2 months' time, or even a month's time? No, because you need that progressive overload. So do this workout to grow your legs with no weight, or even do this workout at all, is not really looking at what makes muscle. Probably why it doesn't have much. Oh, here we go. Here we fucking go. How I got ripped, the skinny fat solution.
How you should work out and what you should be eating to overcome the skinny fat problem.
Most of my clients skinny fat, right? I'm ready to learn.
The reasons of skinny fat could be bad food choices, under eating or excess amount of carbs.
Boy, yeah, sunshine. Let's not use the word under eating and too much cardio when it comes to the skinny fat. Right, let's break down what skinny fat is. Skinny fat is when you don't have any muscle, but you have a pot belly, or you have fat in your midsection. If you were under eating, you wouldn't have a belly because you'd be losing body fat. So, under eating and having a fat body is not really the same thing. Like, doesn't happen. Now, what does happen is if you're part of the Indian culture or South Asian, you're going to have limited muscle because of your environmental factors, your background, your culture. Most vegetarian vegans, not growing up with loads and loads of protein sources, not encouraged to train when you're younger or even doing the exercise to a large degree. You know, I've been doing exercise since I was 4. My mum put me in swimming, gymnastics, table tennis, rugby since I was 4 years old. Not the same as that culture. The access to protein, the access to exercise, structured exercise is very, very limited compared to some Caucasian manner. Under eating will get you less fat, so you wouldn't have that belly. But what they do have is just a proponent of body fat in that area. It's quite common that they hold the body fat in that area as opposed to anywhere else around the body. I hold mine in my butt and my face and my lower back, whereas these guys hold it in their midsection. So that's cool that they have that, that's fine, and it's totally understandable why they want to change that. But it isn't to do with lower food and more cardio, because I get my clients in great shape, bing, 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 doing probably more cardio than what you're doing and eating less than what they should. So, yeah.
So I would suggest you to work out for 5 days and keep a rest for
5
2
days.
days. In all those 5 days, you should train one muscle group in a day.
One muscle group per day. Okay, fine. 5 days a week. So 5 muscle groups. Okay. So, training muscle tissue. From a research perspective, I mean, I don't know where he's getting this stuff from, but from a research perspective, you want to train it on frequency about 2 to 3 times a week, not once a week. By the time, boring you with extra information, but muscle protein synthesis spikes up, and that lasts 24 to 48 hours. It's ready to be spiked again and to be able to stimulate it again. So training it once a week will lead to suboptimal growth. It's more like a bro split of like chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, legs on Wednesday, biceps on Thursday, whatever, calves on Friday. Leads to suboptimal growth, and actually it's much better to train 2 to 3 times of a frequency of the muscle group. So what I would do differently to this fellow here would be to train 3 to 4 times a week, to hit the muscle groups 2 to 3 times a week and get stronger over time. Doesn't mention anything about getting stronger, which is the most important thing if you want to build muscle tissue. I'm up for it. What have you got for me now?
I would suggest you to keep your cardio training twice
Twice a week.
Your cardio training should not be more than 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay,
The best
5
way
to
to
10
do effective
minutes.
cardio is to do sprinting.
And you want high intensity 5 to 10 minutes cardio training. Okay, so why? Why twice a week? Now, what you could be saying is getting a bit more cardiovascular in there, the hit intensity might burn some more muscle, might get some afterburn, whatever that even means. Or we can look at what really matters is that the guy, if you're skinny fat and you've got body fat to lose, you're probably going to need to move more if you want to lose more weight, because you burn more calories, then you get in a calorie deficit, then you lose more weight. So, my recommendations are the 5 to 10 minutes in HIIT training. Just think about all those 30, 40-year-old females and males who've never trained before, now going to try and do 5 to 10 minutes of HIIT. You're going to break, you're going to die, because you're not fit for it, you're not ready for it. Whereas you could just go walking 10,000 steps a day, you could maybe go in a stepper for 20 minutes, you could do some more walking, you could go on the bike for a longer period of time, burn more calories and get less injured. Probably a good idea. Right, last one for you, son. Let's listen.
Try to avoid white rice, brown bread, white bread, potatoes and maida.
Okay. Well, I think you probably lost half your audience there because white rice is the GOAT for most of the Asian community. So I think you're going to play an uphill battle on that one. Let's break that down. So if we're avoiding white rice, brown bread, potatoes, so we're basically saying remove carbs. Okay, well that might work in terms of reducing your calorie deficit, but why do we need to break down those foods? There is no reason to cut out white rice, bread and potato, really ever, unless you want to go super low in calories. The majority of people, the reason why they think that white rice and bread and potato are bad is because they overconsume them in a large amounts. They just can't have a nominal amount of rice. You know, if I said to you, you know, this is your portion size for rice, most people would have double or triple that. And that's what leads them into the position where they've got the belly, because they overconsume calories alongside all the other things that they do too. Inactivity, eating extra snacks, not managing the calorie intake, and you know, having lots and lots of fried food. Don't remove rice, potato and bread. It's the only nicest things about food is carbs, really, isn't it? Like, imagine a good sandwich. Good sandwich. Fuck, I love a good sandwich. Yeah, don't do that. It's stupid. Right, let's have a look at this fucking bellend. Right, let's do it. Right, let's put in the glasses. Okay, half a lemon. Right, okay, where's my fucking pen and pen? Instant coffee, hot water, shrink. Love myself. Okay, cool. Fuck, I've been doing it wrong all that time. Fuck. I've wasted 12 years. Fucking hell. If I would have knew about this 12 years ago, I would have stopped, like, you know, getting people to do 10,000 steps and move and feel better and eat healthier and lose more weight and, you know, live in shape forever. I could have just given this. Fuck. Or he could be completely fucking wrong, which he is. So, I challenge you to go to Starbucks tomorrow. Go to Starbucks and then watch people drink coffee. And if they lose weight, you can come and tell me that I'm wrong. But I've been going to coffee shops for plenty of years now, and I see the same people over and over again drinking coffee, not losing weight. But is it the lemon? Will there be a worldwide shortage if someone ate a lemon and got leaner? So that's probably not true either. And then putting them together, the only way that would make you lose weight by putting them together is by being sick. You would lose weight by how much you projectile vomited when you put those two things together. Not only that, is using instant coffee. Fuck that. Past that now. Instant coffee, fucking hell. Back in the day, maybe, but not now. Jesus Christ, it's ridiculous. Nescafe can suck a wet one. Right, last one. Right, let's have a look. Okay, struggling to put your jeans on. Right, he's got the answer. This guy again. What's that? A Malteser in your belly button. And now that she's burning fat. So they're putting something in her belly button that then makes her lose weight. Right, firstly, where's her after photo? Where's the picture where it shows her that it works? Second of all, this guy making multiple videos with different solutions that are all very wacky, makes it hard to believe. And third of all, what the fuck is a Malteser minstrel coffee enema fucking lentil going into this belly button gonna do at all for fat loss? Nothing. It doesn't even go into the digestive system. It doesn't go into the body. It's like, you know, face cream doesn't melt your face away. It just works on the skin. Same as this. If you put a minstrel or a coffee, I don't know what the hell it is, on the outside of your skin, it works on the outside of your skin. So, this guy's a cunt. And that's it for this reaction video. Like, subscribe, comment. If you want more of these, I'll do definitely more of them. There's plenty of people to go around that can get some.